I need a man that doesn't cheat because they all do. Literally, all of them cheat. Have you ever met a man that didn't cheat? Yep. Thought so.
I don't need a man. No. Should I choose to partner with one, he must be on the same academic and professional level as I. I hold a PhD.
I need me a man that's gonna take care of me and my son. He gotta be 6 feet tall, with a beard, and he at least gotta have 10K followers on the ground. Period.
I need a man that will worship me, adore me, and be all about me. I mean, because, well, look at me.
Wow, are these the only women on the island? Wow.
Get a glass of wine, some anointing oil, and 4 cats. Because these ladies are going to die alone.
Well, I'm India, Georgia's best friend.
Oh, you're India. Sis has told me a lot about you.
Well, strangely, she hasn't even mentioned you at all.
What's the deal with you in India? I love India, but lately she just been acting real insecure and kind of low-key hating. You are making a fool of yourself in front of my friends.
Friends? Girl, you are so stupid. These people here are pretending to be your friends.
Get out!
Go to hell. You can go straight to hell.
We fall down, but we get back up. Struggles never hold us down. Keep the semi-auto tuck. You can't never try.
Yourselves, unmute yourselves, unmute yourselves. All right, we won't have no feedback. Hi, Tresca. All right, so while we're waiting for everybody to come in, y'all get this part in the recording. Please share. This is going to be a really hot topic, a really hot topic, because it's something, I'm going to say it's the number one thing that women complain about in this modern day relationship thing. Number one, without a shadow of a doubt. Okay, so we're going to dive into it. And I typically don't do celebrity news and stuff, but what's going on now is so on point with what's going on. I just had to do it. So before we get started, we are here with some of the cast of I Need a Man Live. Okay, so why don't y'all introduce yourselves really quickly and tell us who you play in the show.
Okay, well, I'll go first. I am Raisha the Finisher, and I'll be playing Doing Too Much Donna in I Need a Man. And Doing Too Much Donna is just a woman who just thinks that she got it all. So, a man is just an additive. It's not a necessity. It's just an additive. So, she's adding to him. That's what she feels like.
Okay, so why does she do too much, though? Why we give her that name?
She do too much because she wants to be the man. She doesn't allow the man to be a man. She's paying for the dates. She's planning the dates. She's asking him out on the dates. She's even going as far as I'll propose to him if I got to. So she's just throwing herself out there, letting them know, like, I do what I got to do. So you ain't got to go searching for me. Like it says in the Bible, he who seeks a wife she's the opposite.
All right. This lovely young lady down here in the corner.
Okay. I'm Sharice Elise, and I play Kavina Ayanla Winfrey Samuels. So I am a combination of Kevin Samuels, Oprah Winfrey, and my favorite, Ayanla. And my job, that's my girl. And my job on the island is to try to get these girls on a good path to finding a man, try to get through some issues, some underlying issues on why they act or where they are. So that's my job. And to get them a man.
Yana Winfrey
Samuels.
Period. and who's this stranger we have with us?
I'll play a young Scorpio God-fearing man that is
Scorpio and God-fearing don't go together. They don't.
Okay, well maybe he's an Aquarius. I play Richard. He's on the island looking for a wife, and Ivana or Ivana Kavina Samuel Winfrey Jordan is helping me with this process as I on several dates and get to know these women.
Okay, all right. So the topic for today's show is why buy the guy. So back in the day, and some of y'all may be too young to remember this because this is way back in the day. This is like our grandmothers that's long gone. It was a popular saying, and they would tell us, why buy the cow when you get the milk for free? And what that meant was simply, why would you give a man wife benefits without being his wife? And so they were mainly talking about sex, right? And so we know that today that's all the way out the window. We doing everything. So over the weekend, 3 things happened with kind of 3 notorious lifelong non-committal guys. The main one we're going to talk about, and we're not going to really talk about him, we're going to talk about the subject, is Bishop Noel Jones. If you guys don't know Bishop Noel Jones, he's a very, 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 very popular mega church pastor in Los Angeles, been around for 30, 40 years, very well known in the Christian world. He has been a bachelor for decades, and people kind of found out about his personal life, and I got some clips when he was on a reality show called Preachers of LA, and we found out then he had a girlfriend at that time, well, he didn't call her girlfriend, that he had been with for 17 years, and basically all the other preachers and the preachers' wives was giving him a hard time, but they're like, who is this lady? Like, what are y'all, what kind of confused as shit mess is this, right? And that was a big topic of the conversation. Well, over the weekend, and it's been 25 years, he proposed to her. So the question going to be, one of the questions we're going to tackle is, how long do you wait, right? And so the other thing was, Nick Cannon is on baby number 8 with baby mama number 5. Y'all know he's married to Mariah Carey, and basically said he's not going to get married no more, but he is certainly spreading around his seed, okay? Then you got Lil Wayne Weezy, okay, which is considered the millennials' GOAT. For the older people, Lil Wayne, he's considered millennials' GOAT for rap stuff, right? So, he was married when he was younger. They got divorced, and Weezy is on baby mama number 4. And he made an announcement over his Twitter on the weekend, and he says, I'm too wealthy, I need a wife. But obviously, he doesn't have a wife, one of his 4 baby mamas. And so you have these notoriously kind of non-committal guys, but it's paralleling what's going on today. Okay, so let's take a look at this clip. I don't want to do the proposal yet. Let's take a look of this clip of Bishop Noel Jones being interviewed. And I need y'all to pay attention to this panel, and who's ever watching, pay attention to this. Pay attention to the language. He's being questioned by one of his, they're on a TV show, and he's being questioned about his relationship with Loretta, which is his now fiance. So let me just get that clip. And like I said, we'll do the proposal later because that's a whole nother tea within itself.
You've been dating for how long?
I haven't been dating for very long. I've had a friend for 17 years. Who's been in my space? Yeah, I don't know why you got to define dating.
Okay, Dave. So Bishop Gibson, should Bishop Jones be married by now?
I think he made it very clear earlier that he's out of balance. I think that's very honest, very, very nice of him to share that with us. And I respect him. If he's not going to marry Loretta at this point, sever the relationship. She's a beautiful young lady. And I want him to hear this. The Bible, and a lot of young men probably in that same predicament, the Bible says a man, and he's all man, cannot take fire in his bosom. He may say, I'm not hot, but that woman is hot.
Now, did you marry because you wanted the whole world to have a particular view of you? Or did you marry because that's what both of you mutually consented to out of a burning passion for each other? Did you really care if anybody liked it or didn't like it? No, I didn't. Okay. Well, no further questions.
He didn't continue to be your boyfriend.
No, he didn't continue to be my boyfriend. I would never have lived with him.
And you would never continued that relationship you had with him
if we weren't going to be married.
That's my point.
So you came into a relationship with marriage on the back of your mind?
We both did.
Okay, good.
Because we were both up in age.
And Loretta has marriage on the back of her mind.
Okay.
Maybe he doesn't, but I'm saying, and if he doesn't, because how can two walk together except they agree? Right. How can two walk together? If Loretta has marriage, which he told us earlier, she does, because the relationship switched and changed over time.
Okay, so the relationship switched in her mind. Now it's up to me to make a decision. Exactly. Now, do you believe that if I said to Loretta tomorrow, I don't intend to marry you, which she knew going from the beginning that marriage wasn't on my mind. If I said I didn't intend you to marry tomorrow, do you think I would be rid of her?
Oh. All right.
Okay.
So let's get into this. This is so common, and I had to keep my own little tea. Been there, done that. Not quite that many years, but almost a decade. Twice. So I understand. So based on what he said, let's just go over what he said. Basically, he said, he was asked about dating. He said, no, I got a friend. That is, I want to start with D. Jones. I want to start with D. Jones right here. This is such of the D. Jones. How can a man say a woman is his friend for 17 years?
Because she allows that to happen.
Okay.
She could have been moved on 17 years.
Yeah.
That man got money, wasn't going nowhere.
Okay. And you saying he knew that?
Got it not. 7 years, y'all done did something. Or y'all
yeah. They wasn't fooling nobody with that little story.
So that's all her. She allowed it to happen. She could have left.
Okay. I mean, Raisha, what you think?
I mean, I agree because I'm not staying with nobody longer than 5 years without a ring. I feel like it doesn't take that long for someone to understand if this is going to be my potential mate. I feel like it doesn't take that long. 17 years, if you don't know after 5 years if that's somebody that you see a future with, then that's obviously not somebody that you see a future with, or obviously you just want to continue to play the field. But like D. Jones said, she allowed it. So a man, if you're given all these wife qualities, because obviously she had to be given something for him to even stick around that long. So if you're given all these wife qualities, he's not in the rush to take you to no altar because he already feels like he has everything that he wants. So he's going to take his time on making the decision.
Ooh. Sharice?
Absolutely. I'm not even going, to be honest, I'm not going to 5 years. It doesn't take that long when you meet somebody. And if you have marriage, if you're marriage minded, then when you meet somebody, you're supposed to go into the relationship with that on your mind. So you should be analyzing that from the beginning. I just saw a clip of Steve Harvey's show where this guy met a lady online during the pandemic. I can't remember what they met in April. And by August, he was proposing to her because he said, I wanted a wife. And he gave her a list of the things that he required. You need to be saved, you need to be this, and that, and all that fell into place. And by the next year, they were married. It don't take all that. If that's what you're looking for and that's what you're going to relationship for, then that's what you need to do and not settle. Don't let yourself be drug along, hoping and praying for the day you get a ring. That's retarded.
Right.
Right. Go ahead. Yeah, Tresca says she was loving that celebrity status. Here's the thing, Tresca. It's women who don't have celebrity status.
Right.
Now, 17 years is a long time, but I'm going to tell y'all from the wedding industry, I've had so many couples, and it's not the norm, right? But I've had so many couples together 30 years, 35 years. One couple had 7, 8 kids, and he just decided to, marry her. So here's the thing. He said on the clip, and this is real common too. I'm going to throw it back to D. Jones. He basically was saying, she knew from the beginning I didn't want marriage. I didn't lie to her, whatever. So here's the thing, D. Jones and y'all, because this is what happens. And I address this so much in the book. I address it so much. What happens is, a man may or may not say that, right? But you start doing couple stuff, but you're not really a couple. And then it reminds you. I mean, if you guys are not familiar with the show, they literally opened businesses together. She had keys to his home. They had bank accounts together because they were doing business. And he was like, she's the only one I really trust in that regard. She was sitting with her big hat like the first lady. The other first ladies gave her hell because they're like, you're a girlfriend. And you ain't even a girlfriend, you're a friend. So, D. Jones, what's up with that so far as, that's common? And what do you do, D. Jones? D. Jones, do you go in saying, I just want to be friends? Well, come on, spill the tea.
It depends on what type of woman I meet. Because then after a while, if they marriage material or not. So when they not, I still might want to stay around and have fun with you, but I know this ain't it. But we're having fun. But after 17 years, how much fun can you have?
Let me ask you this, D. Jones. When you meet a woman, about how long does it take for you and your boys? Like, what's the typical consistency? How long do you all take to realize that? Because I had one guy told me, he said, men put women in 2 categories. He said, sleeper or keeper. He said, that's two. And how long does that take you to figure out?
So, like I said, it really depends on the woman. The last woman, I thought within 3 weeks that she could be the one.
Okay.
If I was in, it took me 2 years. I knew she was the one, but I have a big lifestyle, so it was cool to have a relationship because I had to talk to her about my life, share it with, but I knew she wasn't it.
So how long? Okay, I'm tossing to the ladies. Ladies, y'all know this is common,
right?
How long does a woman go with that, right? And things may be cool, right? Let's not make it like things are bad. Things could be cool. They could be having a good time. He could be a support for her. She could be a support for him. But at the end of the day, he's not even saying girlfriend. He's saying we friends. How long? Number one, lady, should a woman ever put up with this? Or should it be like, okay, well, let me see where this goes. Or if he's not making, things definite or saying, hey, I'm at least looking at you like that. How long should a woman stick around? And I'm gonna ask whoever's listening, y'all chime in as well.
In that instance, that depends on the woman, because there are women that I know people right now that are with guys, been with them for a long time, and they're like, they want to get married, but they don't want to get married to him because he ain't husband material, but they've been with him so long, it's just like, I don't feel like trying to meet nobody else, blah. They're settling. You know what I mean? So it's like, sometimes it's because you just him, it's good, it's bad, it's ugly, and you just hear, and you look up and it's 5 years later, so.
Well, you talking about me, Sheree?
I think personally, it also depends on age. If you're a young woman
Yeah.
You may not be trying to rush into marriage. Maybe let's hang out, let's get to know each other, let's see where we grow. Let's see if 2 years down the line, I still feel like I want to be with you and expand with you and vice versa. That's a different story when you're young. But I feel like when you're old enough to know, because even when you're young, you know, but you're still exploring, you're still trying to figure it out. Like, is this somebody I'm compatible with? What does love look like? But I feel like when a woman is ready for marriage, where she knows that she's ready for marriage and she's tolerated it, most times it is the comfortability of feeling like they got to have somebody. And it's also lack of self-love, because you can't possibly love yourself to the extent where you're going to tolerate somebody giving you less than what you deserve.
Yeah, it definitely gets to be a pattern. It gets to be a pattern.
Yeah.
And you're absolutely right. It gets to be a comfort, because there's so many crazies out there. And it's like Cherie said, at least I know this, at least I know that, at least I know that. Yes, you're definitely accepting less than, but you're like, okay, so I got to relearn. Women hate relearning. We hate that.
Right. Yes.
D. Jones, I'm going to tell you right now, women hate starting over.
Yes, we do.
We do.
And another thing with that, and what I see as well, is a lot of people, they're in a relationship. They don't necessarily want to be with anybody else, but then they're like, okay, well, I'm not ready. I feel like I need to finish school. I need to open my business. I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to do this. And they procrastinate. All the years go by. It's maybe not so much as they didn't want to get married, but they're like pushing it off like, well, let me do this. Let me do that. Let me finish this. Let me get that. And you look up, 5 years and went past, and now you're here. So.
Quick, I know some people who just don't want to. I know people in relationships that's not married, but they hate each other, but they just don't want to be.
Wow.
You said they want to be alone?
Wait a minute, you saying they're not married and they still hate each other?
They fight, argue all the time, but they're not leaving each other because they feel like, well, this is it. I don't know about my. So they just stay with each other.
Now that's crazy. Let's take a couple of these comments. So Tresca says, I myself would have been left because that's miserable to want to be married to him. We didn't want to be married. It makes me wonder, is he being truthful now, even after his... Wait till I show y'all this proposal, okay? Hold on, let's get... Oh, this is my good friend, John Marshall, up from Boston. What's up, John? I give a year max for both parties. I don't think anyone needs longer than a year full to know. Anything longer than that, someone is playing games and just ain't serious about taking it to the next level, male or female. What do y'all think about that, a year?
I believe that.
I
agree.
agree.
I say that because I have a friend, one of my closest friends, who they was together, her and her significant other, less than a year, and they don't believe in playing games. They both knew, like, we want marriage. This is the next step. They already were in their career, and it was like it took them less than a year, and they've been having a successful marriage. They happy, they in love. They got 3 beautiful kids. They both still doing good, and it took less than a year for them to get married. They knew.
You know what we got in our, the group that really inspired the book. It's called Dating for Grown Folks. The first couple we had that got married, they were, Sharice, was she here or she was there? He was here. He was in Michigan. She was in Texas. Right. And they literally, I think somebody had a car accident or something. And I think she inboxed him to say, hey, praying for you, you good or whatever like that. That sparked up a conversation. I'm going to say they started talking in August. I need to tag them in August. They were married by January. They just celebrated 8 years. And this is a couple that hooked up from our group. There was a first, and they still married. This was out of state, cyberspace, all of that. They still, he knew what he wanted, she knew what she wanted, and they made it happen. They made it happen. So I agree with that, a year for sure. Let's take a look at this proposal. I really need the men to pay attention to this proposal, okay? I had to cut it up because he almost did a sermon. The audio is a little off, so don't ignore the, like the Chinese kind of the kung fu kind of thing. But I need y'all to really listen to this proposal.
I thought about, should I give up my freedom coat for a straitjacket? I thought about, should I, at my age, get married to someone way younger than me. I thought about, should I give up not having to answer to anybody? Shoulds. I decided that if I keep on thinking about should, then I won't get this thing done. So I need you to give me some help here. I gotta pull something out of the, I gotta get me a Cracker Jack ring up in it. So I got away from all the shoulds. Should I? Should you? And I've decided simply to say, will you? Marry me. I'm getting married.
That was
What's that, D. Jones?
that was romantic.
She waited. And this is from my 25 years in the wedding. Y'all gotta remember, I did 25 years in the wedding industry. That was the most lackluster. Most of it, I cut it up because he spent most of it. Should I give up this? Should I give up my freedom? Should I? It was nothing about her. It was nothing about who she meant to him. Nothing. The whole rant was nothing about who she was, other than let me just get it done. And then he did a Cracker Jack box. That's cute and all that, but I ain't waited 25 years for that. It was so. What y'all think about that? And everybody on here, what y'all think? Oh my God, I was just so lackluster.
Question: do you know how old she is? Because he said way younger than him.
She not way yet, but he's 72, so I believe she's mid-50s.
So 7 years ago, she was in her 30s.
Yes, she could have had kids. Absolutely.
And he was like 50, 60.
Yeah. So 25 years ago. I don't know her. Let's just say she's 55. So yeah, she gotta be older than that because she probably closer to mid. I can try to find out, but she's probably closer to later 50s. So he probably got 15 years on her.
Sugar daddy. That's what we didn't get.
Oh. Okay, gotcha, D. John. Okay, sugar daddy. He married a sugar baby. That's what according to him. No, they ain't had no sugar. So Ray the finisher, was that a good finish?
For me, I don't think nothing was wrong with the proposal. I mean, hopefully he learned her after 17 years. Maybe she's not a person that likes all the flamboyant stuff, all the big things. Maybe he knew that she's a simple woman and that's what she would like. I think that he did let go. He did release what his reservations was when he said he felt like marriage was putting him in a straitjacket. He basically told all the reasons why he didn't want to get married. Maybe that's why it took him so long, because he had all those fears. Maybe he was divorced before, and so that made him have some fears. But at the same time, he should have still said something about her, like, you made me want to change, or something. You made me want to change my ways, and now I'm in love, and now I can't see life without you. Something about, he should have said something about her. Something.
I was looking for that. You got your Kavina face on. You ain't hide it. Okay, come with it, Kavina.
I did not like it at all. I felt like it was for show. If your marriage is a lifelong serious thing, and it's between you, your husband, and God, not for the congregation, not for the whole world, blah, blah, blah. And because of what you all have went through that 17 years, she deserves much more than what you gave her. I didn't like it. It's a no for me.
Yeah. Let's see what John's talking about. John says, I think honesty is the best policy. People should clearly communicate and just be honest about what it is. If you're looking for marriage, say that. If you're looking for a friend with benefits, say that. But don't string anyone along. If you're not ready for marriage, let them go and be with someone who is, and find someone who's cool with. Yeah, it's that simple, and it unfortunately it ain't that simple because people make it so much more than what it is, including the women. She said, I think he turned 7. I believe he just turned 72. Now, let's turn the corner. Okay, let's turn the corner. Did he take this long? And I really want to direct this to the fellas. Did he take this long? Because, and I'm not just talking about the old school, why buy the cow? We can get the milk for free, where it's just sex, right? They got business together, bank accounts together. She's taking care of his house. You know, there's some different things. Let me give it to y'all like this. If this were back in the day and you could not get sex from a woman or have kids with a woman without being married, would we even be having this conversation? Would it even be where now today the marriage rate, especially in the Black community, is so low? It's so low. Fellas, is that because a man can really, and we know, we already know, real talk, that making it legal, making it right, that's what men need to do for their legacy and all that. But are they taking longer because they can really get the benefits?
I think so.
Of course.
I definitely think so.
Okay, so basically, D. Jones, if y'all couldn't get sex or kids, y'all be married in your 20s.
You said if we could, if that was the stipulation?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, definitely times change. Like women wouldn't, I think years ago, like you had to marry them to even have get. So if that was the standard now, then yeah, I think everybody be married.
yeah. And then, so what do you think, John? What do you think about that, John? And ladies, what y'all got to say about that? Let's just keep it real, because now, and people, again, they make it just about sex. It's so much more than that. You got people taking care, and not just the women, the men do. You know, we say husband is men taking care of whole families that ain't theirs. But is it that women are just doing too much, and it's making the man just drag on? What do y'all think?
I definitely do. I definitely think that if there were stimulations and we went biblically how it should go, because in the biblical days, yes, there was a paper, and marriage and all of this became man-made as far as having a license. In the biblical sense, once you have intercourse with a female, that became your wife. That was signs of marriage. So technically, if you've had 5 partners or whatever many partners, you married all of them. You've been married multiple times. So I definitely think if those stimulations was brought back to now, like people started biblically living the way they should live, then a lot more people will definitely get married. I definitely believe that.
Yeah. Sharice?
I agree. I mean, why should I have to do more when I can just do the bare minimum and I'm getting all of this? Like, why would I do more? Why? You're cooking for me, I'm getting sex, I'm doing this. I mean, why?
But he was treated like a wife. Like, he wasn't doing the bare minimum. They got business together. He sharing her. She pretty much his wife without the title. So it wasn't like he over getting.
D. Jones, you going in and out a little bit.
Me?
Y'all hear
Yeah.
me right in and out? Yeah, you going in and out.
Like breaking up.
Okay. Well, he was treating. Can y'all hear me better?
Yeah.
Okay. I was saying he was treating her like a wife. He wasn't just stringing her on, coming to get some and bring her along. If they got businesses together and joint bank, she getting money. She his wife. He just didn't make it a title.
If he died,
She got businesses.
That would be the only way. But to make a decision for his life, unless he wrote that down somewhere or had that in his will or whatever, then
no,
she's just a lady.
Fine. If me and you got a business together and I die, it's your business now. If we got a joint business together, we not married.
But do you want to be the special friend? You want to be the special friend? Because that's what you're going to be on the obituary.
But I'm saying, what I'm saying is some men do they're not giving no woman anything but stringing them along. But to me, if he got a joint bank account, she got cars and keys to his house, and they running a business together, they're a special partner. How about that?
Okay, Carmen
But
said,
she got more than the average, is
D.
what I'm
Jones, we have
saying.
a
She
message.
got way more than the average.
D. Jones,
For
Carmen
sure.
said, don't go along with that mess.
Hmm?
Carmen Evans says, D. Jones, don't agree with that mess.
I don't care. It's the truth. She got more than the average woman was getting, right? Have y'all dated anybody who started a business with you?
Materialistic wise.
Okay. So
you know, materialistic wise, she may have, but yeah, materialistic wise.
I think the big deal, and I don't know this part, is Carmen, because Carmen got space. Carmen, do you know how old Loretta is? Because my thing is, if it's been 25 years and they got together when she was younger, and again, you can't blame him for this, and she wanted children, her childbearing years, and I can tell y'all for sure, that has happened with a lot of women. Because some women say, I don't want to have children without being married. Right. I know some women right now today contacted me with this book saying, Vanessa, I'm in my 50s now, and I waited, tried to do it right, but now I can't have a baby. Y'all see what I'm saying? So it's really, really catch-22. Let's see, John says, the way he can exegete a text and preach with words, I need a dictionary and thesaurus for, and that's the best he can come up with a proposal. It's a no for me. Absolutely. While y'all are we're gonna get these comments. I want to play this other clip because during the time when they were courting, there was some other rumors going on. So hold on, let's back out. Get your teacup, wait, teacup. I got some a wine glass full of
I need to know the status of y'all's relationship. 16 years, you're not married.
Have we sinned?
They all negative. It's just another way for people to try to get in my business.
I don't have to be perfect to have a greater strength to reach and touch people.
I haven't seen the show. I've been asked about Preachers of LA for so many times for so long, and I know that it's because of the relationship that I have with Bishop. But I always say that I'm an open book. If I ever get engaged, and truly if I ever get married again, which I will, that's not a secret. I'm not going to keep that a secret. I'm not going to try to hide that, so you guys would know.
I had a child with Bishop Noel Jones.
Girl, you going to come now? You going to bring that to me?
I don't talk about my daughter's father. I got a respect for who she is. I don't talk about my daughter's father. That's just, she's 4 years old. Everybody need to mind their own business. That's the baby. No, she's the baby. All we do is we tell the rumor and we like to go straight to the source. We don't report. My baby is a baby. Her daddy. They said Stevie Wonder was her daddy. They said Will Smith was her daddy. Now they say no, Joseph. It ain't nobody's business who her daddy is.
Okay. Y'all remember that. And I don't like to just talk things that I don't know, but I had it on very good authority that he was seriously dating somebody in Detroit, where he was flying her back and forth actually to his church. So during them 25 years, he just wanted him and her.
But if she was in a friend zone, then technically that gave him the ability and the freedom to be able to do what he wants. So basically he was able to have his cake and eat it too. I got you over here helping me with my businesses, holding the fort down, and I'm gonna go and play when I want to play. And I can do that because we ain't got no title.
And this where the real thing come in, because there is a lot of men. Again, you're doing couple stuff. There is a lot of men that's gonna always say, "Just listen." Without getting too personal, I had a situation. He told me up front, "Hey, we me and you cool, but I don't do titles, right? I don't do titles." And I wasn't tripping on that because we posted the other day about this whole girlfriend boyfriend thing. It really means absolutely nothing. The only thing it means something is wife, fiance. So all that girlfriend boyfriend stuff. But it gets tricky when situations like that happen, and it's like, oh, we just friends. D. Jones, come on now.
So first of all, let me shout out my homie who created the Preachers of Detroit or Preachers of LA show, Lemmy.
Yeah.
Lemmy Plummer. But I had a situation where I had a special friend, and it was the same way. Like, we ain't got no titles. I do what I do, you do what you do. It wasn't until I seen her on Instagram, like on a date, and I was like, hold up. What you doing? You can't be going out with nobody. You know what I'm saying? But she was doing the exact same thing I was doing. So I think that's when you'll know how it feels. Like I found out how that feels.
That's when I'm
How
telling
did
you.
you about it? What happened? Did you end up saying, "Hey, let's be exclusive"? What happened?
No, I just was like, yeah, I was a little jealous, and she was like, well, you better step up. And I was like,
Okay.
whoa.
And you
I had
didn't
to-
step up. You
I
said
had
you
to
didn't step
respect
up.
it.
You didn't step up.
No.
Well,
No.
you can't be checking her about nothing.
You're right.
You already labeled her as a friend.
You're right. I had to respect it.
Yeah, let's get to some of these comments, y'all. So going back, I think somebody, I don't know if it was you, Ray, or D Jones, Carmen was saying that with the business, the kids can actually contest it if they wasn't married. The kids could actually
absolutely. They're next to kin.
Yeah. He's only marrying her now because he's old and broke down and wants somebody to take care of him as old. He kind of said that. I didn't put the whole thing in there, y'all, but he kind of said, who gonna push my wheelchair? Who gonna, and he said, I feel bad because I know you've had younger suitors. He kind of said that a little bit. He kind of said,
but it's true.
Yeah, men think about that when they get older. They're like, okay, somebody got to take care of that. And I think that's why Lil Wayne, we're about to get to Lil Wayne in a minute. Let's see, Tresca says, Carmen, I did think about that, especially after remember he was ill in 2019, I think. And then Carmen says he told her they wasn't exclusive and she got mad. I remember that, Carmen. You're right. I remember that episode. She was so upset. So it's been a confusership for, because y'all can understand. Yeah, he got
confusership. I like that.
At a point in time, it ain't about money. It ain't about, and again, I get both sides of the coin because you came into the situation where he told you, I don't want to be married. And if I put it in the book, and I got this from the men, and D Jones, the men that's listening, I need y'all to correct me if I'm wrong, because I got this from y'all. What the men have told me is if that woman wants to be married, she needs to let that be known, because if that's not what he want to do, either one of them got to waste their time. Fellas, let me know if that's true or not.
No, that's absolutely true.
Okay.
It's absolute, but for the women, no, I can't say that. I'll be like Steve Harvey giving away secrets. I can't say it.
Come on.
If that's what y'all desire is marriage, don't give him none. You're gonna see if he's gonna stick around or not.
Right.
Yeah.
That's true.
Simple as that.
I've had more than one brother say that. Even though and that goes against some of the narratives, but I've had more than one brother say like a modern brother say, yeah, don't give him none.
Yeah. And see how long he gonna wait.
Yeah.
Now,
he might not be waiting, but
if he love you, he gonna wait.
Let's see. Tresca says, now I need to see him marry her because he can. Right, the engagement can carry on. I thought about that.
There's the twins.
I thought about that.
Smart. Smart.
All right, Jamal, what you got to say? I mean, Jamal, you have a lot to say about this stuff. All right, so what about the Carmen? All you ladies that's on there, ladies, when you go into a dating situation, again, ladies, my book. If you don't have my book, I Need a Man. Get the book, okay? Because married people, men, and all that. I got my information from men, from interviewing them, and all that stuff. The men are saying opposite of what we've done, which is let's go with the flow. A man said, no, if you want to be married, tell that man up front that that's what you want. So
not too soon.
Waste your time.
Don't say it too soon.
Oh yeah, I see what you bet, but it shouldn't be a year.
No, it shouldn't be 17 years.
No, of course not.
Don't say it on the first date. Like, so what are we doing?
Oh no.
No, I don't think you have to say anything on the first date, but I think you can make it be known what your future plans are. Like, okay, I'm looking to become a wife one day. I'm looking for marriage one day. You can put it in that type of language, but you don't have to.
That's true.
Look, I'm letting you know right now. I ain't waiting. You ain't got to do all that.
Yeah,
but I think
that
being upfront on the first date is good too, because he can let you first date. Look, I'm just looking to date. I just got out of a marriage. I don't plan on getting married no time soon. And then like I don't even need to father it, because why give months? I'm not wasting my time with nobody if my attention is on marriage. I need to let you know from the beginning where I stand and what I want for the future. But I think it's the way that you word it.
Yeah, that's true. I agree with that.
Okay, so Jamal says he disagrees. He says if you want to get married, go ahead. You got to expound on yourself, brother. So are you saying skip the dating? What do we need you to break it down for a little bit? And then Carmen says it's her fault. She stayed for so long. Men will string you along and give you a hush ring to shut Child, listen.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
I can write the book on it, and I did. And I did. Yeah. Listen, and here's the thing, y'all. Real talk. Women, we let the fact of not starting over keep us in stuff. And it's really that, y'all. It ain't that you're so in love with him, you just don't want to start over. You know what he likes to, you know what he like, you know his schedule, you know his family, you know yours, you know his habits, you know, it's better with the devil, you know, than it's like the thought of starting all over, got to get to know somebody. It's like, oh God. Yeah. And so sometimes it's just easier, right?
Well, I've been
Reese had to talk me off the ledge all the time, like, girl, don't come on.
I've had a woman propose to me after 6 months.
Doing too much Donna.
Doing too much Donna.
Yes, you was.
Yeah. Let's see. Jamal says, if the man don't want to be married, respect what he say. Like he, absolutely.
Yeah.
So here's the question, though, fellas. Here's a serious question. We know that this happens all the time. We know that a man will know that a woman wants to get married, and a woman will know that he don't. Now the bishop on there saying the honorable thing to do is to let her go. We know that ain't the case. We know what happens is they just started being the I got it all in the, I can't find my book. I got all the little breakdowns in the book with all these categories of friends. We know that, just like he even Noel Jones said, okay, if I tell her today I don't want to marry her, is she going anywhere? No, she's not going anywhere. So what do y'all do, man, when you know that you don't want to marry her, you know she wants to get married? Is there a point where y'all say, okay, I gotta let her go because I know I can't give her what he wants, or you just say, hey, you know what? She know I don't want to get married, so we just gonna do whatever.
Some people stay around for sex.
Yeah.
If it be good, they don't want to let that go. No, I don't want to marry you, but I don't want nobody else to have this.
I hear that, ladies. That's real talk, and that makes sense.
They be sex gone.
They say I don't date. I do outings. See, I don't do an outing
because women stay with
terrible dudes. Talk about some outings. What's an outing? Jamal said I don't date. I do outings. Outings with your kids. Look at Sharice. What you got to say about Jamal? Said he do outings.
What's an outing?
Starbucks.
Conversation.
Okay.
Me. Yeah.
I guess.
Let's see. We know what's going to happen once men hear the conversation. He says, you do not rush nothing. Carmen said, Bishop was not going to let her go. She was his personal assistant for everything. Absolutely. Absolutely. Fiat says, that's honest. Let's see. John says, people say most men don't want marriage. The truth is more and more women nowadays don't want marriage either, but just want a fairy tale of a wedding. Some are just looking for a ring and an event, not a life partnership. Motive, intentions, everything. Okay, so let's speak to that really quickly.
With that one.
Yeah, let me speak to that really quickly. And I can speak from my 25 years in the wedding industry. Most women have a fantasy of what they think marriage is. Most women don't have a clue of what it is. Unfortunately, because in today's society, a lot of people did not even see it growing up. So they don't even know what it looks like. So they're basically really TV funny. I had to have a conversation with an almost 60-year-old woman a couple weeks ago. And she's been, I got to get rid of the fantasy in my head that me and my husband gonna be taking trips and stuff like that. I said, no, it's regular life. Go to work, come home, eat. Like women got this fantasy that we just about to be having fun.
Right.
What are we, 18? No, it's the regular life. What are you doing now? You just add another person to it. Like, it's real talk. So I can agree with that. And I can also agree that way more men actually want marriage than you think. What the men have told me is that not that women don't want the marriage, they don't want to be wives. So I just want to tweak what you said a little bit, John. Not that they don't want the marriage, they don't want to be a wife.
They don't.
So they want the wedding, but not the actual wife of what they're supposed to be as a wife.
They want a long-term girlfriend. Again, they want to get fluid out, they want trips, they want fun, but actually having to be there for somebody emotionally, whatever, through the thick and thin, the vows and all that. No, they're not ready for that. They are not. And I have seen this through the years. Most women don't know what a wife is. They don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? This is why I keep myself surrounded by women who've been married at least for 30 years. You know what I'm saying? Because most of these, they don't know what a wife, even the older ones, y'all, they don't know what a wife is. So I absolutely agree. It's way more men. I got some men right now. They would get married tomorrow if they found a woman who was a wife. And I'm talking about from 20s on. They ready right now. They was like, these women aren't wives anymore. They're not wives. See, Jamal says you're not gonna meet what I'm gonna buy you before you meet me. That's what I mean by outings. You're not gonna meet what I'm gonna buy you before. Are you talking about your representative? Is that what you're saying, Jamal? You're talking about people presenting their representative, and that's why you don't want to. And let me say this: I'm one of the best dates I ever went on. Was when I was living in Atlanta, and this guy, he called and he was like, "Hey, you got some gym shoes?" And I didn't. I used to wear 5 inches every day, child. Because my knees hurt now. I said no, but I was like, in my mind, I'll get some. He's like, okay, get your gym shoes and stuff, and meet me on Stone Mountain, which is the big Stone Mountain Park. We literally, he was a real fitness person. We literally walked around Stone Mountain. We talked the entire time, drunk our water. We really got it wasn't. He wasn't trying to be cheap. He wasn't trying to be none of that. It was very cool. He was a cool dude. We didn't have no love connection, but it was a cool date. And then I've had dates spend tons of money, and I'm like, when is this over?
Right. So it looks like the type of dates he wants in the beginning is he wanted conversation, because conversation is how you get to know somebody.
Right.
He wanted that one time.
Yeah.
Agreed.
I was just thinking about how some women live in a fantasy land and will call the man the husband when child, somebody just posted that the other day. Got cussed out. She said, stop calling men the husband and all that stuff. If you ain't married, the women went right. They went off for that. John said, truth, Miss V, I teach this ain't Disney Channel. Happily ever after, and fairy tales only happen on TV. People want the benefits and not the responsibility. People desire titles without. Yeah, and I find, I'm gonna break it to you, ladies. I know it's gonna be hard because we only think of our life in our circle. But I can tell y'all, from my 25 years and seeing thousands of couples, from our grown folks group, from my 7 years of interviewing single men, I can tell you the men want to be married. On the flip side, the women say they want to be married, but when you start talking about the actual duties and day-to-day life of a wife, they're not interested.
Right.
I'm trying to tell y'all right now, and women that got more picky than men with what they want. There's some women literally, if he ain't 6 feet, that's not a joke. I know I got that line in there, but there's some women literally. I had a man that all of us, I think, know on here. All of us know. I know you know him, Carmen. He told me he was seeing this woman, and they had a conversation. He's 5'10", 5'11". He's actually a pretty nice size dude. And she basically is like, I can't talk to you because you're not 6 feet. He was like, I'm 5'10", 5'11". He said, no, you gotta be 6 feet. The other dude, I told you I was walking around with Stone Mountain. I can't kid you not. He had a bachelor's, I think, in finance. And he was dating a woman that was a PhD. And she basically said, these lines, I be trying to tell y'all these lines y'all saw them the other day. I don't be making them up. She told him, I need a man on my academic level. So no, your bachelor's not going to get it. So women are, listen, y'all, if a man like you, he just like you. Women, we got to break it down. So we somewhere else. Okay. So what is your definition of a wife? All right. Good thing. Okay. So tell us, what is your definition of a wife? And we're going to pass it off to everybody. Oh, this is going to be a good one. And then y'all answer, please. I need you to definitely answer, John, Jamal, everybody in there. Answer. I want everybody to answer. What is your definition of a wife? I'm going to start with D. Jones.
So I don't want to flip it, but my friend got married and found out she wasn't a wife. She didn't cook. She didn't clean. She was lazy, didn't want to work. And he like, I'm married though. So I guess my definition of a wife would be like a partner that you can do everything with. Like for me, my wife would have to, if we can't start a business together and make money together, then I don't want to be with you. If you're not a good mother, I can't be with you.
That's it.
If you can't clean, I don't want to be with you. So I guess everything I said the opposite of.
Okay. Ray, what's your definition of a wife?
So for me,
you are a wife. So
yes.
Let me ask you this, Ray. Before you got married and now that you've been married, has your definition of a wife changed?
Definitely. I definitely feel like it's changed because I think before I got married, I had expectations I felt like being a wife meant that, okay, well, like she said, we were going to be doing things together. This is going to be like my best friend, somebody I can talk to about everything. You know, we was going to build together, blah, blah, blah. I had expectations. Now that I am married, I understand that as a wife, you can't have expectations. As a husband, you can't have expectation. It's a partnership. It's a unit. How can we help each other? How can I help make you grow? How can you help me grow? And if I'm good in this area, what areas are you good in? So I think a wife is just being able to know where you stand with that man based on what he's good at and what you're good at, and how y'all can bring it all together as one.
Okay.
And be with each other needs. That's what I've learned that a wife is, and what I've worked on now with my marriage. But before, it was expectation. A husband gonna do this, a husband gonna do that. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah. Fantasy. All right, Miss Sharice, what is your definition of a wife?
Learning to accept the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's like a business, to be honest. Learning to.
You're giving me marriage, Sharice. Give me specifically wife. She asked specifically the definition. You kind of giving me marriage, and that's cool. But she wanted to know the definition of a wife.
I'm getting there. So it's like a business.
Okay.
Yeah, I gotta get to it. So it's like a business because being a partner in the business so far as you're seeing what each other's weaknesses as a wife. You're complimenting your husband, and you're the other half to make a one big whole. Not that each of you're complimenting each other. So you're there to provide support, love, encouragement. You're there to, like I said, when he's sick, handle that. You're there to keep the house. Your home should be a place where he can come, and that should be his peace and refuge from the rest of the world. He shouldn't come in there and have a fight with you too. I mean, you should be the calm for his storm. Definitely. You should be his lover, his confidant. Huh? What do you say?
We're that. Yeah, a wife is definitely supposed to be whatever her man needs in the bedroom too.
Yes, you can be his stripper. You're supposed to be. You're supposed to be everything he wants you to be. You should be Aunt Jemima in the kitchen. You should be Meg the Stallion in the bedroom. And you should be Olivia Pope in the boardroom. Wherever you need to be, you should be.
My definition of wife, I can't take it past the Bible. The wife is the helpmeet of the husband. She's the help.
Yeah.
If you go biblically, husband, if you want to keep it in the business framework, he's the CEO. She's the VP, right? Yeah. But he has the guidance of the relationship. He should have the vision of the relationship. What has happened, y'all? Why that's a little kind of blurry now is that, back in them times, it wasn't all these options, right? It was, we get married 15, 16, we growing together, right? Because we already know through the virtuous woman, which we've been lied to all these years, she actually had a business. She was a businesswoman. She had property. So she took care of business, but she did it for her household. Now we're doing it for somebody else. That's a whole nother conversation. And so for me, I can't take it past that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm always looking at, okay, how do what I have mold into him? And that's one of my, I don't want to say issues, but if I'm dating somebody seriously, that's what I'm looking at. Do I fit into his purpose? You know what I'm saying? Chapter 1, we quote that a lot, Sharice. Chapter 1 from I Need a Man, and we talk in terms of kings and queens. And it basically said the definition of a queen is the wife of a king. And basically, the king is looking for somebody who will fit into his kingdom. That's biblically. Now, we got all kind of different definitions of it and people's things of it. And that's important, too. I'm glad Fiat asked that because a lot of people got their own idea of what it is. You know what I'm saying? If a man is traditional and he wants that, no, I'm the head and you know what I'm saying? Then somebody who wants a partnership, that might not work for her. You see what I'm saying? That might not work for her because at the end of the day, he the head. And that's a whole other conversation. We're going to have a whole other conversation about that. All right, let's get to some of these comments. Let's see, comment says, Tresca, this is crazy to me. I've told women to stop calling him your husband. Has made you your wife. Absolutely. Portia says, my man and I aren't married yet, but it's definitely still fun. It doesn't have to be just regular life. It can definitely be full of taking trips and living your best life. So I wouldn't say that fairy tale is unrealistic. Just have someone that also wants to work for it. What do y'all have to say what Portia says?
Wait,
I definitely think you're supposed to have fun together. Of course, real life is priority. You got kids, you get all those things intertwined, business, home, you got to take care of, bills you got to pay. But I definitely think you're supposed to have fun. I still believe that you should be your husband's and your wife, y'all should be each other's friend. I definitely believe the friendship has to still remain in the marriage, even after the I do. And y'all still have to be able to have fun together. You got to mix it up because if you just too busy being a wife, too busy being a mommy, and too busy being a daddy, and there's no couple time, no dating, no having fun and enjoying each other because you're constantly growing. So you got to constantly continue to get to know each other. And that's how you get to know each other, by dating and exploring things together.
But the truth is, let me ask y'all this, married, and Tresca, I know you were married. Tresca, unfortunately, lost her husband for the last year, but she's married 22 years. And so, Tresca, can you respond to Portia so far as once you get married, right? It's difference between we ain't married and we married. It's a big difference, right? So once we get married, as they say, the honeymoon is over. And so I want y'all to get to that. D. Jones, what do you feel about that? So far as do you think that women have unrealistic expectations as far as what they expect marriage to be, like just this one big fun happy party? And again, this is from my observations in the wedding day.
I don't think so. But I haven't met that type of woman that have unrealistic expectations, like it's just gonna be I get to sit at home and do nothing but be a wife, or we gonna go on trips every day and I'm gonna get Gucci bags. You know what I'm saying? I haven't met those type of women, so I don't think.
Okay, that's good.
I will say.
Oh, go ahead.
I think women down south are different from women up north, but that's a whole nother topic.
There's so many that's from here that's down there. Are you saying that women down south are more wife material?
The hospitality and the way they treat you is different.
Yeah, that's for sure.
They definitely treat you different down south.
No, I agree.
Because it was more traditional, I think.
Yes. Right. Yeah. That's a little feedback, D. Jones, but I definitely agree with that. Only because I was raised my mom was raised in Birmingham, Alabama, so she raised me to be some of these things that women talk about. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, they talking about I ain't gonna bring a plate or whatever. In my mind, I'm like, anybody come to my house, I'm serving them. So what are you talking about? Sharice come over here. They was over here the other week. I'm serving who comes to my house. You know what I'm saying? So all this crazy stuff, like I ain't gonna give them the plate first. I'm doing that for whoever comes to my house. Well, I ain't cooking, I ain't cleaning. Don't you cook and clean for yourself every day? Like, I don't know where some of this stuff is. So I can agree with that, D. Jones, because I was raised. My mom was, she's old school Southern, so I was raised like that. Jamal says, I know some people care about this, but I don't care about what you got, what you wear, how much money you make. That doesn't matter. Yeah, most guys, they care what you wear. D. Jones, what you got to say about that? He's saying he don't care what they got.
And I don't think this was just due to men, but it says if a man don't work, he don't eat. If a woman ain't got no job, I care.
I think, Jamal, are you saying that you don't care if she don't have a job, or you don't care what kind of job she got? That would clarify that. I don't want to get married.
Because I think women and men might date on a different level. Like if a woman see a dude that work at McDonald's, they're gonna be like, he work at McDonald's, I can't date him. But a man be like, man, she fine. She cashier at McDonald's, but you know what I'm saying? I don't think I could date you. That's just me personally.
That's real. That's real. It does say what you do does say something about you.
Yeah.
Jamal says the reason I won't get married is because I don't feel the powers that be need to be in one's relationship. Where's God and all this? They in your life anyway. There's nothing we do that the government ain't in. So you can't drive without the government. Okay, you know what I'm saying? It's just the way it is. It's the laws of the land. So, John, I prefer Queen, and I don't mean Dairy Queen either. All right, I got some spam in here. Fiat says I had a guy tell me that women aren't like they were back in the day. Not at all. And I can tell you right now, me and Sharice, because Sharice just not starting to see some stuff since I had her do this Kavina thing, and I'm gonna do a whole show on Kevin Samuels. I told her, I said, I want you to watch Kevin Samuels show for a couple of days. Because I ain't Kevin Samuels. When she got done watching that, she said, Vanessa, what happened to women Like I am disgusted with these. And I tell people that you watch Kevin Samuels and you come away mad at him and not mad at them disgusting women that call that they are disgusting. I mean, they're horrible mothers, horrible women, no class. If you mad at him and not mad at them as well, you got a problem. And I ain't talking about
I just seen a clip of his.
The women is horrible.
I just seen a clip of his before we got on here, and he was talking to some woman, and her son like busting the door. She like, get out! I'm doing this, and he like, how old is your son? She like 5. He said it's 11:30 at night. Why is a 5-year-old still up? Well, he took 2 naps earlier.
Now, what kind of wife is you? Ain't even a mother. The person says, but a wife will be whatever it is for the person marrying her. Who's to say that the husband desires someone with those qualities? All about who the people are and what they need in their lives. Portia, I've been in the wedding business 25 years. I haven't seen a man that want too much different than what most men want. Men are very simple. Men want peace. They want love. They want, you know what I'm saying? There's not too much that a man, again, 25 years here. I ain't seen too much. Fellas, y'all please, again, we know there's little nuances here and there, right? But I haven't seen where too many men got a list like this and whatever. Men are very simple. So
simple. Very simple.
Yeah.
Chris Rock said it best, but I ain't gonna repeat what he said.
Go ahead with the clean version.
Feed us, love us, and shut up.
Pretty much. Pretty much. Carmen says,
and we gonna shut up if you do them too.
Oh yeah. Carmen says, my cleaning more that I have a house leave. My schedule don't afford me the opportunity to be cleaning for hours. All right, girl. I had one at one time. John, see Proverbs 31. Yep. Let's see. Starry, a helpmeet, a partner, a confidant, a best friend. That's a definition of wife. We have to be able to do something together that we can't do apart. We can want to be married, but is he ready to be a husband just as she wants to be a wife? He has to want to be a husband. Absolutely. Jamal says a queen will cater to her king and vice versa. Keep the house clean, vice versa. Look after the youth, vice versa. It ain't about taking a bunch of trips and living a fairy tale life. Worship says, Carmen, not clean or cooking doesn't mean that you wouldn't make an amazing wife to the man who doesn't need those things. I don't find that man. I ain't found him.
Because
if
you can't cook, at least hopefully you can provide for a shelf then.
Yeah, I just
they want to eat.
25 years, 7 years of studying. Yeah, I don't know where these guys.
But some of us like to cook though.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
I got both of my brothers are chefs.
Right.
So and they have wives that don't cook like that. So I know.
In the world, calm down. Okay, no soap opera drama. Kramer says, I think people need to understand those things no longer sometimes fix the schedule as long as the house is clean, he's fed. Okay. Just all I say is okay. You know, some of these guys y'all be talking about, I just don't know. Men are very simple, and men, and no matter what you do with it, men still want a woman that has some domestic qualities.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if he can cook, you know, she at least need to be willing to do it. And I've even heard men say that. I ain't tripping if she can't cook, but if she's willing to do that, that's an important part. And for you to think that's not an important part, that's not wisdom. Because
and I really think that like
the house is your edifice. That's your fragrance.
And I think that if a woman can't cook and the man is the cook, she should at least be in the kitchen trying to assist. What can I assist you with? You need me to chop up the vegetables? You need me to go ahead and start marinating the meat? Like, what can I do to help you?
Exactly. Let's see. Fia said yes. Meg in the bedroom. She said LOL. Laura, it's my girl Lori from Texas. She says it's really not what you do in the home of a wife is a problem. It's the women don't want to cooperate, don't want to follow, being combative, confrontative. Yes. Can you agree with that?
Absolutely.
She said the combative, confrontational. Let's see. John says wife equal good thing and help me to her husband. People don't want to hear this, but God created women possession for the man. Most women want a king when they don't even know the power in which they possess and helping him to ascend to his throne. That's true. They don't really make them like that anymore, John. Because you got these, you know, and I deal with that in the book. We have these feminist ideologies that have been fused into society since the 70s. And so if you're born after the 70s, you had that ideology already, and you don't even know that you have it. You see what I'm saying? And so women will argue about stuff like this, and I don't. You see what I'm saying? I just think if it worked for you, go ahead. Just show me the man when you find him. Because men are simple. Men are simple, and so to take away the simplicity of it. Now you can make stuff complicated, and men want peace.
Right.
And so you just took something simple, like keeping the house clean, and you but why would he be bothered with you? We got major stuff to deal with in life, and we can't even have a conversation about keeping the house clean. Come on now. See that?
Now, who want to be out in the world fighting all what men have to fight against, and then walk through the door and fight their wife?
Yeah,
right.
Who wants that? Who? Nobody.
We say times have changed. The way people that my man is a provider, protector to the T. I make sure take care of the things at home. Make sure that I'm not overworked, super tired from my man after a long day at work. Been around a bunch of steel. Something amazing for him to come home to after a long day. That's all we saying the same thing. Portia. Carmen said, Jamal said, this is so antiquated. Men are cooks now. That doesn't make a wife. You can't tell him. See, that's another problem, Carmen. I'm going to stop you right there. The big problem is women are always trying to tell a man how he should feel. Stop it. I had to check somebody. We were doing a live with D. Jones. And somebody we were doing the show with going to tell him how he should feel. Stop telling men how they should feel. You're not a man. As Kevin Samuel say, put your D up. You're not a man. Just like you don't want a man to tell you how you feel because they can't. You can't tell a man what he wants as a wife. You can't tell a man how to feel. Ladies, stop this masculine, unattractive behavior. Stop it.
That's true.
Period.
Yeah.
Like, stop it. I'm sick of that. This is what they're talking about. This is the behavior that they're talking about. A woman always usurping over a man.
That's true.
That's
true, because a lot of men feel like they're not heard.
Yeah, that's Raisha's character doing too much dying. And we address it. And we address it in the play. Telling a man what he should do, telling a man what you're not a man.
Right.
Of course, you say
we don't allow him to feel nothing.
Right. Don't behave this way. Can be had if he's treated like the tail.
Right.
I had a guy tell me I was wrong for wanting a helpmate. Fellas, address that. She said she want to help me.
So that's doing too much, Donna. No, I mean, like, what do you mean? Can you elaborate on that? Like, what do you mean by?
Yeah. What
is he helping you do? Like, what? I need more information on that.
Like an assistant? like what?
Right. John says that's
like what
people desire without defining what they think they only want to get into something just to find out it's not what they really want because they didn't know what it was to begin with. Absolutely, John.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure. Don't have a 2-story house. He has his story. She got her story too. Okay, you're getting poetic. Okay, they go to spammers. And people need to stop living beyond their means. Yeah, that's a big one. Portia, I understand everything you're saying. I also come from a family where my elders and a lot of my family are indeed married, baby, they travel. I would say that's all about what you surround yourself with, the company you keep, will definitely what you see and witness as well. I mean, travel, that's just a small part of whatever, and nobody said you couldn't travel, but that's not the whole life. That's not, especially when you're running multiple businesses and stuff like that. Baton Rouge, Louisiana, Jamaica, Island Brother. Okay. All right, y'all. So basically, we've established that if it was back in the day where the women kept themselves, that men would be marrying a lot more faster. And all the men have agreed to that. And so you won't have a situation where you're 25 years. Wouldn't happen. You're 25 years in and whatever. And again, nobody telling you what to do, what not to do. But if not for, again, they married back in the day, sex and have kids. You know what I'm saying? Because it's unheard of to have kids out of wedlock. Unheard of. It was a shame. Now it's common. You know what I'm saying? And that come with a whole nother set of issues. But it's true. And D. Jones made a statement. He said, if she really wanted to go ahead and marry, don't give him none. I've heard more than one man say that recently. Young men. Yeah. I've heard more than one.
I dated a woman who kept me around with good conversation and food. And that was it.
Yeah. Okay. We were never legally married, but we were the best couple in the world. We were good until she got shot in LA. Oh, why'd she get? Did she die? Jesus Christ!
Lord.
Mother, because my 5-year-old is up at 11. Your 5-year-old should not be up at 11. Yeah, 5-year-old shouldn't be up at 11.
I thought
There's no structure in the house. Yeah, there's no structure in the house. Portia, how old are you? I'm curious. Food, sex, silence. Uh-oh.
That's what I said.
Wife turns into husband and strife. They wild in here in the comments. Lori says, just ask an alpha man what he wants. I specifically named alpha. They totally peace correct. A man that is willing actually lead the home, is a thinker, take the lead in solving problems, find relationships. Yeah, so I actually know Lori and Terrence. Funny thing is, Lori, I really wanted Terrence to come on here. So I actually met them when I was in Texas, producing a male talk show. It was an all-male talk show with an all-female behind the scenes. And her husband was one of the panelists on the show. As we became cool and we've been connected ever since. But yeah, she definitely has an alpha man. A lot of these women, correct, they don't have alpha men. They don't know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Beta men don't mean they broke or weak or what, so as far as those things, but they're just not leaders. And so a lot of women, they say stuff based on the men that they dated and they have not dated alpha. But love is when a woman cooks. Totally agree. I have 2 friends whose husband cook all the meals. They told their wife just take care of the children. I got the meals. Yeah, there's some men that do that. Some women are not satisfied unless they have drama. Women deal with emotions. But that's not what the union needs. And why does a person, man or woman, need or feel pressure of being something someone they aren't, or things undesirable of them because people get on a panel and tell them, well, men still want this and want that. I don't know what you're talking about right now. Like, really, people get on a panel. Listen, we talking, we got different opinions going on. We don't know you, we don't know your life. So keep living your life like you live. You shouldn't be, we're talking. We have a conversation with men, women, and y'all in here. So it ain't that serious, ma'am. All right, next. Please, Lori said, please stop. You deal with logic. It's not one size fit all. Each man is different. Okay, that's fine. Y'all know what I'm saying? I don't go back and forth. Of course, each man is different. Each person is different. But just like what woman don't want respect, love, support, safety.
Right.
Find me the woman who don't want that. Y'all like to argue. Just the combativeness right there, it shows me all I need to know. But we don't do this here. We have an adult conversation. So, but if you want some truth and you want, come on over here because we're gonna help you. Okay. Doing some overstands. Thank you. There needs to be balanced masculine, feminine energy. It's all overly masculine, overly feminine needs to be balanced without boundaries. Cares, of course. It's called teamwork. All right, y'all. We're gonna get ready to get out of here. John said, very simple. Men desire peace, respect, love, food, sex. Don't sound like to fulfill the role.
John on point.
Yeah, well, give you the word. Most women want and possess the power of body. I'm an R-rated pastor. I keep it raw, real, relevant. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, it's real simple. We try to major in minors because like sometimes we want to sound smarter than we are. You know what I'm saying? And it really just ain't that. You know what I'm saying? It ain't that. Some people just like to argue, but tell me about your personality.
Right.
Tell me all I need to know. Yeah.
True.
Let's see. Fiat said, I want my husband to be a helpmate. Did y'all address Fiat's?
We need to know what.
Oh, they need to know what Fiat. They need to know.
Elaborate, please.
And everyone don't need to be in your mirrors. Absolutely. Because that's what the subject was kind of lingering around a lot. That's how bad crap starts. Tracy said, y'all are doing relationship ministry that many ministries not doing. Listen, Tracy, we got people married. What we're doing, I got married women contacting us. So, we actually doing real work every day. Let's see, Jamal and work together, system. I bet you will help. 32. Yeah, Portia, my daughter is 31, sweetheart. Okay. Glory says, I'll let him know. Okay. Jamal not married right now. I'm saying that's what I want in my man when he does come home. Also, basically, Fiat saying what we were saying the man want, she want when she come home, fellas. So what y'all got to say about that?
Oh, so when we come home, she wants to relax a little bit and us help around the house. That's what she's saying?
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that. I thought most women gave their husband a honey-do list.
Is that what you're saying, Fiat?
Isn't that what a honey-do list is? Like,
come home and relieve her some stress a little bit.
Yeah, no problem. As long as you both work as a team. I probably feel like I ask a question, give my opinion, views, being combative. I ask questions, seeking understand how people think. That's what I do. Comments that are being read with super old and relevant by the time we came around. So if you feel combative comments, I don't know what to say before. Oh no, hon, it's Portia. It's no problem, hon, whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no problem with why we're here to talk. I like talking to y'all millennials. You're a year older than my daughter. You know what I'm saying? So I
have three kids that are all in their
I like talking to millennials. I love to get y'all opinions. I talk to millennials all day. I tell millennials they can call me because sometimes they don't have other people to talk to support you. We don't have no problem, huh? We want your opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that's why we open it up for people's comments. So it's no problem, huh? No misunderstandings or whatever. All right, y'all. So we're gonna get out of here. Good show, right?
Yeah, that
was good. We didn't get to topics, but hey.
Yeah. So y'all tell everybody what's going on, where they need to be in 2 weeks.
So February 12th, y'all need to make sure y'all got y'all tickets if y'all haven't already. Y'all need to be getting y'all tickets like soon as we log off of this, like right now. To I Need a Man. It's a dinner show. Stop doing the regular stuff that y'all be doing on Valentine's Day weekend. You know, everybody do the movies, the dinner, the restaurant's gonna be full. Get your tickets, do something different. It's gonna be an open conversation. Most women love conversation. So if you want to get that conversation started with your significant other or somebody that you're dating, you need to be at I Need a Man. Okay, February 12th.
It's really D Jones. To be honest, D Jones, is this something that the men would enjoy?
Listen, men, I need them to come help me pick a woman. I need the women to come help me pick the right one because that's why I'm single now. I picked the wrong ones.
I keep telling D Jones you gotta start calling me.
Yeah, I need
D Jones. I said call me, D Jones.
I picked the wrong ones. So I need everybody, please, for the love of God, come help me pick the right one.
Wait, hold on, y'all. I just got a revelation. So he's playing the bachelor now, but he really is a bachelor.
Right.
Can we tell the women come and win a date with DJ?
Yeah, I like it.
Interesting.
Come win a date with DJ. DJ, ain't you ready to be married?
Yeah.
He ain't ready.
Yeah. Let them come meet the Scorpio, Vanessa. Let them come meet.
See, you just messed the whole vibe up.
He ain't ready.
Yeah, bring them all out. Bring them out.
It's a great show. It's I Need a Man Live, and it's characters based on the book, situations that we're all in. It's kind of like The Bachelor. It's interactive, and we have barbecue chicken, fried catfish, macaroni cheese, salad, vegetable fried rice. So you get dinner and all that. Tickets just $45. Assigned seating. DetroitShowTickets.com. Hit me up. Hit one of the cast members up and come on. We do need all tickets in by Monday because it's food and we're not about to do like the weddings and we're not about to do that. Okay.
Right.
All right.
By what date? By what date? The 7th?
Monday. So a week from today.
The 7th.
Yeah. A week from today. Because the show is the 12th. So the caterer, I need to get everything to him. Okay. All right, y'all. So we've enjoyed it. I'm gonna try to come. I got like 3 different broadcasts. I don't want y'all to get confused. And they're 3 different things. So I have a family series where I deal with things with the family, which this is kind of different than the family. But it's like the war on the family. So I got that series. I got the I Need a Man, which I just started. Really just started doing that. And that's specifically about, the issues of singles, relationship, modern stuff. And then I have my new stuff, which deal with the real conspiracies and all the stuff that's going on. So I have 3 different broadcasts. I don't want y'all to get it confused. So I'm going to start doing this every Monday. And we'll have panels on and stuff like that. And if y'all want to be on a panel, let me know. Again, I don't mind different views. You know what I'm saying? We don't have no problem with different views. That's why we open it up. And that's why I got different people on here. I don't want to just be me talking. That's why I got different views, different opinions and stuff like that. Okay. But yeah, I think in the last word, y'all, so the topic today was why buy the car when you get the meals for free. We're talking about the situationships that are prevalent today. So what's y'all last word to the ladies and fellas so that we can stay out of these situationships?
My last word is ladies, know your worth. let a person know up front what it is that you're requiring, and ask them up front what they're requiring, so that way you both know what it is before you go farther. So you're not wasting his time and he's not wasting your time.
Okay. Sharice?
Mine is along the same lines with state your purpose at the beginning and don't stray away from that. Period. If that's what you want, then that's what you need to get. Don't, no, that's what you want. That's what you need to go for. Like you said, know your worth. This is what I want, and this is what I'm going to get, and don't undercut that at all.
I would say date on your level. If you're not the type of person that you want, then become that person.
Uh-oh.
So, you know what I'm saying? I can't.
Good point.
Beyonce, I ain't on Beyonce level.
That need to be the conversation for next week. Because I got to be very honest with you, especially when it comes to the women. I'm like, yeah, ma'am, no.
Right. You want a baller, you ain't even got a job.
Yeah.
You got 100 kids.
Yeah.
You know, you're out of shape.
Yeah.
I mean, the list is on.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's true.
Men got enough sense to know if she a certain person, he got to have a certain amount of money to deal with her. Men got enough sense to know that. Women, for somehow, don't. They just think that whoever they are, that they can just get whoever they want. And
right.
How's that worked out for you?
That's true.
That's all I'm asking. How's it worked out for you?
That's some wise stuff from Scorpio. I'm out of here. I'm out. I'm out.
All right, y'all. We out of here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to come every Monday. Make sure y'all come see us. And I Need a Man. It's hilarious. It's fun. He actually gonna get the wine, Lord Jesus. All right, y'all. Peace.